is continuing today. I really hope the people of Lynchburg are paying attention and decide to take our city in a different direction in November, because we clearly need it. To comment briefly on the temper tantrum thrown in the council chambers last week, Marty, there is no conspiracy against Alexander or yourself. You really just look like a sore loser, and this is just more of the petulant and attention-seeking behavior by you that people are so tired of. Peter Alexander's lawsuit will be dismissed, just as the appeal of your censure was dismissed, and just like your lawsuit against the city for your very justified termination will also be dismissed. Since joining the city council, Marty, you have regularly bullied, harassed, and otherwise maligned city employees, other council members, and cities, and citizens, and an epic display of narcissism. When you tried to bully the deputy superintendent and witness in your upcoming trial on Facebook last month, however, you may have finally gone too far. The post directed to your followers was intended to intimidate a witness and literally included an example of your supporters bombarding that witness with phone calls and emails. Lynchburg police have referred your behavior to the FBI, and I really hope the government has the courage to prosecute you for it. And in your post, which likely violated federal law, of course you had to take a jab at transgender people. Which brings me to the reason I originally intended to speak today. I'm here to confront you over your disgusting attacks against the queer community and what is starting to honestly seem like a really bizarre obsession with transgender people. You regularly spread false and, excuse me?
Point of order. We have rules of procedure that, questioning if the speaker is going beyond a reasonable standard of courtesy.
So the question is, Mr. Meadows,
Be impartial.
the question is whether the comments you're making are insulting. Okay, so what I would offer is when you make your statement, certainly you can criticize, but do not insult.
Okay, well, can somebody point out what?
Actually, you're alleging that I committed a crime, which is defamation.
I believe that there's evidence that perhaps took place, and that is not, my opinion is illegal.
Point of order.
Madam Mayor?
Madam Mayor, I am insulted
Mr.
by Mr. Meadows.
Mr. Freedman.
In violation of the rules.
One second, Mr. Freedman.
So what I would suggest is, Madam Mayor, simply advise the speaker, the rule to refrain from insults on that person.
What exactly did I say that was
Mr.
insulting?
Meadows.
Excuse me, John Swanson, thank you.
Right, so just please, make your comments towards council and just refrain from making any insulting comments.
What exactly did I say that was insulting?
I'm not exactly sure, but maybe just express your concerns about council in general, and refrain from legal accusations, I guess. You can do them. And don't mention names, how about that? Refrain from names.
Gotcha.
Just say council member.
Some city council members regularly spread false and inflammatory information aimed at queer and especially trans people online. I wouldn't waste a minute of my time trying to counter every bit of hateful nonsense that you say and repost, but to summarize a response to your hateful rhetoric, I will simply quote the quite conservative 11th Circuit Court of Appeals when they said this just days ago in a decision over trans healthcare in Florida, and I quote, "Transgender opponents are of course free to hold their beliefs, but they are not free to discriminate against transgender individuals just for being transgender. In time, discrimination against transgender individuals will diminish, just as racism and misogyny have diminished," end quote. Some of you punch down at vulnerable, marginalized people because you see it as politically advantageous. You and your hateful rhetoric will join the trash heap of history alongside racism and sexism too. But until then, please understand, we will never be intimidated by people like you. Mayor Reed, some bigots on this council have cast blanket accusations at an entire group of people, including what statistics tell us are hundreds of your citizens, falsely claiming that transgender people are guilty of some horrendous acts. This language is dangerous, can be a motivator for real-world harm to innocent people, and it deserves a more forceful response from our mayor. While you certainly can't control what comes out of some deranged people's mouths, you can condemn it and discipline it. Mayor Reed's censure clearly did not work. the abhorrent things that some of council members have said about the prayer community should have been enough. But now, potentially intimidating a witness in an upcoming trial certainly reaches the level of malfeasance described in the city charter and removal from office. This council has the power to and actually
Point of
should
order.
expel council
Point of
members
order.
that behave in this way. And if you can
Point
call
of order.
people groomers on your Facebook
Point
page,
of order.
you should have the courage to sit there and listen to someone criticize you.
The impartiality.
What a snowflake. And with that, I really
Point of
appreciate
order.
the chance, I really appreciate the chance to address.
Point of
this.
order.
Thank you.
Councilmember
Thank you.
Misjuns, what is your?
My point of order is, the rules of procedure specifically state not related to his or her official duties. And the mayor allowed dialogue to continue, comment to continue, that has nothing to do with official duties.
Well, I hear what you're saying, but that decision is up to the presiding officer. You didn't call your point of order until Mr. Meadows was near the conclusion of his.
And again, it was ignored.
We'll now hear from a citizen regarding public safety, Margaret Johnson. Please restate your name and locality of residence.